Good morning, my beautiful followers. How is everyone doing? Coffee. Hold on. I need to sip my coffee. I always forget to take a sip of coffee before I start the live, and then I start the live, and then I'm like, my coffee. So I am not sick. I have allergies. I might sniffle a little bit during this, but I swear it's just allergies. I am not infected with the COVID. Not to my knowledge, but I got up this morning and we are having just this beautiful weather where I woke up and it was like a little chilly, so I had a jacket, a little over jacket on, and then but it was nice and sunny and there was a nice breeze, and so I went and as it's warmed up, I went and changed, and I'm sitting on my favorite little meditation blanket that I use. It's got this huge feather, and if you don't know, I have a huge peacock feather on my back as a tattoo, and I absolutely love this little blanket. So I think my cat's about to join us. So, hey Bean, this is Athena, huh? So, yeah. Anyway, whoa, she almost knocked you guys down, but none of that has anything to do with my life today, but it does. This is actually my meditation blanket. Like I said, I'll lay out in the sun on it. Yes, I have patio furniture, but I hate it. I like the grounding. I like tuning into myself. I love the grounding process of getting quiet, and chairs are just lifted off the ground. I like this, I like sitting on the ground and getting really earthy if I'm going to be outside, for the most part. And it got me thinking about really listening to ourselves and the noise around us. My question to you guys today, and that I'm going to ask you to think about throughout my live, is where is the noise in your life? Where is the noise in your life, in your relationships? In your relationships too. We, especially right now, are given a chance to get really quiet. With COVID going on, a lot of people are not doing their normal daily routines that they were doing. There's not the hubbub, the busyness for most. I know a couple people in the medical industry who are working even harder than they were before, and a couple of different other professions that are like double timing it. But many of us have some extended amount of downtime right now, and we're feeling it. I'm watching people I know, people I love, and I'm like, oh, what are you getting done? And they're like, not really much. I'm watching TV. I'm really negative. I'm feeling negative today. I watch the news a ton. I'm letting this get in the way, that get in the way. And so what is noise? It's not even just the audio noise, because I've watched as friends and family have really struggled to turn off the television, turn off the music, just get silent, just get quiet within self, even for 15 minutes. I was looking at this fire yesterday. I built a fire in my backyard because I have a fire pit. I was looking at this fire. My roommate's like, do you want to turn on some music? I'm like, no, I just want to be quiet. I want to be with the fire. I just want to tune into my core. I want to tune into myself. There's even times I'll put my earbuds in and I'm not listening to anything. There are times that I just try to be silent and go within. And there's that noise, but there's also our head noise. There's this noise of like constantly flowing. Oh, I got an angry face. I don't understand why I got an angry face. I don't think I'm doing anything. But we also have this noise within our own heads. We can have nothing going on externally, but if our brains are constantly flowing, our egos are constantly with us, then what ends up happening is we have this noise constantly. And then there's an energetic noise too. If we are staying really busy, and I know many of us right now are self-isolating, but in our daily lives, when we are around tons of different energies, it's noise. That's noise. It's complete and utter noise. So I ask you, What is your noise? What is your noise? What is the noise you're filling your life with? And are you we all have noise in our life, okay? We all do. But it's also, what kind of noise are you filling your life with? Or is it intentional, like, okay, I'm going to listen to this podcast. I'm going to make sure that my Facebook page, when I scroll through the feed, is positivity. I had a friend a few days ago telling me, it's all negative. Everything on the internet is negative right now. Like, everybody is so focused in on all this negativity, and I hate it, and they're hating on the president, or they're not hating on the president, whatever side you're on that topic. And I went, that's funny, because I don't see any of that. I'm not seeing any of that. I see, yes, some negative stuff with the news, but my tuner, how I've created my life has been my social media, the music I listen to, everything has this positive vibe to it. I intentionally fill my space when I am going to listen to something. I am going to get into this space of like entertainment. I've purposely filled my life with this positive input. And sometimes this noise really gets in the way of our relationships as well. It gets in the relationship, number one, to self. If we aren't getting silent, if we are not quieting ourselves, if we're not going within, we're not quieting our minds. We always have music or entertainment or something going on in our lives. We never build that relationship to self. So if you haven't started there, if you haven't built the relationship to self, there's no point of building a relationship with anybody else, because you don't know yourself. You don't know who you are enough to connect with another human being. So if you're not quieting self, you have to start there. You have to start there with just taking even 10 minutes a day, or getting conscious when we're all washing our hands right now. Even just taking the time of, like, when you wash your hands, going like, I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to feel my skin. I'm going to quiet my mind. I'm just going to breathe. I'm just going to connect with my body. It can be as simple as that if you are doing that throughout the day. Then yes, taking time where you sit outside, you ground, or you even sit in a comfortable place if you have a place in your home, and you just let it all go. You let it all go. But this also impacts our relationships. We get a lot of noise regarding our relationships. We get noise between us and our partners and our friends and our family, but we're going to focus in on intimate partners today. We get this noise between us when we are constantly filling our own heads and we are going. There's no space for the connection. There's no space. There's even oftentimes no space in a conversation, because we filled it with so much noise of, oh, I'm going to say this next, and then I'm going to say this, and then he or she is going to say this, and then I'm going to say this. Guess what? That's noise. That's not relationship. That's not relationship. That is noise in between a relationship. Or what we do is we hear other people's opinions of others. This is actually probably a soapbox of, like, we hear things about others of, like, he, she, said, did, or we hear others' opinions of pieces of our relationship or things going on with others, and we take them for gospel instead of just that other person's perception. And that gets into our heads, and that gets in between a relationship. When I was a therapist working with adolescents, I all the time would talk about parents who would triangulate, and that's, in psychological terms, that's just bringing in a third person to a relationship. And what ends up happening is messages always got stirred. Things never came out clear. And that becomes noise in a relationship. It really does, because you always have in the back of your mind all of this other stuff going on. Instead of getting really clear that if you're having a conversation with somebody, that it is between you two. If you're having a relationship with somebody, it's between you two. And clearing out the noise that really can break down our relationships. that really can break down our relationships, because others' ideas, whether we want to go, I'm above that, that's a load of bull. It's a load of bull. We all are impacted by those closest to us, and everybody has their own perceptions and their own ego. The other day, it was probably like a week or two ago, I had another friend go, you were in a bad mood, Addison. And I was like, no, I wasn't. They told me, oh, we were at that event, you were in a really bad mood. And I went, no, I wasn't. I actually wasn't. I was actually in a good mood. I was in a quiet mood. I was in a just observational mood, but I wasn't in a bad mood. And this friend was like, yeah, and I told so and so, yeah, she's in a bad mood. And I was like, why did you do that? I actually wasn't in a bad mood. I was just in a very like internal kind of place, which us girls get into it, and you guys do too. But I was like, that was just your perception. That was just your perception. And you went and you inserted this perception and thus created noise. That's your head stuff. And we all do it. So I'm not hating on this particular friend. But it was very interesting. I was like, that's noise in between a relationship, in the middle of things, when we listen to others, when we allow the negativity of the world to get into a relationship. And so how do we combat that? Like, that's great. I know lots of people are going, that's great, Addison. Like, we get it. But what the heck do we do about it? And what we do about it is we make sure, first of all, coming back to self, we always connect with ourselves. We connect with our own intuitions, because we cannot connect with somebody else's energy and really feel into it if we're not connecting with our own, if we're not really tuning in and going, okay, like, is this my own stuff? Is this my own stuff that I'm stirring right here? Or is this true intuitive guidance that I'm getting? Is this an intuitive sensing that I'm getting? Or is this my own bull? And then once you've connected with self and you have a practice of taking time, then also quieting in the relationship, maybe just sitting with somebody else and not talking. We don't always have to be talking in relationship to connect with somebody. Just feeling into somebody else's energy, sending out some love. If you find that you're always having the same conversation, and I see this with lots of my couples, they'll be like, yeah, I'm every day I come home from work and I just go, hey, how you doing, babe? Oh, fine. And the conversation is the same. Well, if that is your relationship, then try switching the conversation a little bit, because that will automatically clear the noise, because you're going to have to tune in. That other person is going to have to tune into their answers and what's going on to change up the energy of that conversation. If that conversation is this way always, and you change it up and you're like, well, let me ask you a fun question. Like, what was the thing you're most grateful for today? Something different. Automatically we gain more connection. We gain more presence, because we're having to actually think and go, okay, let me pay attention to what's going on in my day. What is this person asking me? Versus this repetition that we always get into, which is just noise. It's just noise. And then also taking time in all of your relationships. I know I lied. It's not just intimate relationships. It's all our relationships. To have that one-on-one time with somebody and to truly try to leave everything around that relationship out. Everything in that relationship out. But first, it requires you getting connected with self and getting the noise out of your own life. If you're always with your partner and you're always listening to music, or you're always having to talk, noise. Getting quiet within self. And that's not saying you have to live a life that you don't listen to music. I absolutely love music. I love music. I vibe with music. I don't watch TV, really. I don't really watch TV. It's just not my thing, and people always want me to be a TV watcher, and I'm like, it's just not my thing. It's just not. But, hi, Bina. But you can still have fun and listen to things and still have your moments of maybe not being fully present in every single moment. But if you're taking the time, especially right now, to connect with self and gain that relationship with self, then I promise you, you will have a better relationship with those around you. You will know what you want. You will know what you desire. I wrote an article the other day about desires. You'll have a greater idea about that. You'll obviously know what you want, like the cat knows what she wants. It's Athena. And she wants rubs. She wants rubs right now. So, anyway. Quiet. Find quiet. Pull out some of the noise. Pay attention to the noise you're feeding yourself. Is it negativity or is it thought? Is it positive? Is it positive? Is it things that are going to lift you up or is it things that are going to drag you down? Pay attention to your belief systems and all that ego clutter that's going on in your mind. So, on a different note, before I let you guys go, next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, I have the Real Sexual 1-2-3s going on with Kendall Williams and myself. We'll be live streaming. This is a 2-hour course. We're going to be doing it live, and then you will have it for a lifetime. You're going to get lots of you're going to get lots of homework and exercise and then things to do to up your orgasm in the bedroom. We're going to help you gain the 1-2-3s that everyone is always asking for. Everyone always wants to say, well, give me the steps. So we're going to give you some steps. We're going to give you some no-brainer things to do to make your bedroom orgasmic that night. So like plan a date night next Saturday after our online workshop, because then you can go and have a couple hours of good deep sexing and really implement and practice experiential practice. Sometimes that's the best. Sometimes it's the best. But you can sign up for that on my website or on Facebook. There's links all over the place. Or addisonbell.net, Real Sexual 1-2-3s. Other than that, I still have my fast track coaching going on. So these are 2 30-minute coaching sessions for a very, very discounted rate to help everybody focus in on one goal and really help move us in this time of COVID. But it's only going on for another 2 weeks. So please jump over again to my site, addisonbell.net, and you can find it there if you are interested in working with me. Other than that, go have an amazing freaking Good Friday. I forgot, it's Good Friday. Happy Good Friday, people. Go have an amazing Good Friday. Go get in the sun. Go get grounded. Go quiet your mind. Quiet in relationship. And just tune into self. So, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Bye, guys.